once I saw the albums coming out, it was like, man, this is incredible. And then after a while, for so many years, I figured it out. It was like, yo, it was so many sparks coming from this album, like Nas, Akinelli, Joe Fatal, like the songs, Friendly Game of Baseball. It was just like, man, they nailed it. They nailed it.
What's up, everybody? It's Soren Baker here on Unique Access Entertainment. As always, please hit that subscribe button. It's right down there and it's free. That enables us to keep coming to you guys as often as possible with as many interviews as possible. So please hit that subscribe button, like our content, share it, talk about it, be about it, each one, teach one. And please like, subscribe, share, and rate as high as possible our podcast, which is now worldwide on any podcast platform you listen to. So please get at us there as well. Now, today for Cover Story, we have the honor and the privilege of being joined by Large Pro, aka Large Professor, Main Source. Thank you for coming through, sir.
Yes, sir.
Yes, and so today for Cover Story, we're going to be doing Breaking Atoms. Main Source's debut album came out in 1991. So for the cover, Large Professor, do you remember the idea of you guys kind of sitting in this circle for the cover image that you used?
Yeah, absolutely. At that time, Wild Pitch Records, Stu Fine, the owner, his wife, Amy Fine, used to be involved with the graphics of the album covers. Like, she was really into the artwork for the album covers. So I can't think of his last name, but I know his name is Terry. She had a partner named Terry who was involved, and they had this outlook. I mean, because the album, I remember wanting to name the album something like Ghetto Synopsis, something like that. And they really wanted to, because they love Adams so much, they really wanted to stick with the scientifical part of Main Source. So it wound up being Breaking Atoms. So they had the idea of the light shining through the record, illuminating the record, and us being around. It was like I don't know, just some monumental. We were supposed to also have on lab coats. That's what was crazy. And for, I don't know, the lab coats that they had didn't fit us or something like that. So they just took it like that. And then we had the red, black, and green t-shirts on the cover. So it was like a little bit of a black fist on the cover, or just scientifical. And man, when I saw the atoms flying out of the records, like, I didn't know that that's what they were doing. I just thought it was going to be us with the illuminated eye. And then once I saw the atoms coming out, it was like, man, this is incredible. And then after a while, through so many years, I figured it out. It was like, yo, it was so many sparks coming from this album, like Nas, Akinelli, Joe Fatal, like the songs, Friendly Game of Baseball. It was just like, man, they nailed it. They nailed it, definitely. But on the back cover, we were supposed to have on lab coats, but the lab coats didn't fit us. So, the back cover. But we also we suggested the periodic table, on the back, and they were like, yo, that's dope. Yeah, and, they hooked that up. So that really came together really good.
Yeah. So on the front cover too, I was always thought it was very distinctive and very colorful, especially, having some purple in there and different things that weren't often used on rap covers, I'd say. So what, do you remember the color scheme aspect of it, as far as the atoms per se?
Right. Nah, I just know it was just a colorful, I mean, even like this background now, it just always came with a lot of, just different colors and things like that. And just I think the purple came from, we had these tour jackets, Main Source, and the color of the tour jackets were black and purple. So I think they kind of tapped into that. Like, you know, we were trying to keep that theme, and they just transferred that to the cover.
Okay. And
Yeah.
also, I remember before the Breaking Atoms album came out, you had mentioned on the Watch Roger Do His Thing that it was going to be Main Source's Breaking Atoms, Breaks the Atom. So when did the idea come to change the title and then to change it from that, since that had already been out there a little bit?
Yeah, nah, like I said, you know, we wanted to be ghetto synopsis for a second, because it was like just talking about all the ghetto, you know, all the ghetto issues and things going on in the hoods. And they really wanted to stick with Breaking Atoms and just, you know, breaks the atom opposed to Breaking Atoms was, you know, it was like, all right, nah, Breaking Atoms is better. And just ran with that.
Okay. And then on the back, like you had mentioned, keeping with the scientific theme, but also that when you guys are standing up and kind of a little more separated per se than kind of clumped together on the cover. Do you remember, did you guys take a lot of different shots? Is it that just ended up?
Yeah. We took a lot of different shots, but like I said, we were supposed, the whole thing was we were gonna have lab coats on. You know, I remember that vividly. We were gonna have lab coats on, and the lab coats that they had for us didn't fit. So it wound up the way it was, and it was just a crazy color scheme. You know, they did tell us like wear crazy colors, because it was going to really be like scienced out. But you know, it came out how it did, man. It was cool.
And when you as a creative person, when you see something visually that ends up being a little different or quote unquote maybe more imaginative than you realized or thought it was going to be, how does that affect you as an artist?
Oh man, that was beautiful, because it was like the art department took it up a notch. You know, it's like we just saw the pictures as we were putting the needle on this illuminated record. So then once you saw the atoms coming out and all the rest of the stuff, it was like, man, like, yo, they, you know, bravo to them. Like they really did their job. Like, you know, we did our job on the music tip, and they had something credible to work with. And then they gave us the artwork that was credible for us, you know, to go out there and shine.
Yeah. And now that we've gotten so digital, I think is important. Like, what role for you do you think that the Breaking Atoms cover had in how you guys were received or how you guys were looked at and how you guys looked at yourselves even?
It was dope, man. It was dope, because people like the cover to this day is a really unique cover, and people still like, they put it on shirts. Now I see mad shirts with the Breaking Atoms cover on it, and just the colorful, you know, just keeping it colorful, the royal purple, you know, that kind of thing. It just like stood the test of time, and it puts Main Source in this place that's like really, really high, like in hip hop, definitely.
Absolutely. Well, there it is. Anything else you want to add about the Breaking Atoms cover?
Yo, one of the dopest covers in hip hop.
For sure. All right. We're Large Pro. Thanks for coming through to Unique Access.
No doubt. Peace.
In the beginning, hip-hop was ruled by the East Coast. Then the West Coast rose to prominence, thanks to gangster rap.
Straight out of Compton, crazy motherfucker named Ice Cube.
Hip-hop changed the world. Gangster rap changed the narrative.
I'm representing for the gangsters all across the world.
And then changed the world again.
Cause I'll come and take your life away.
The history of gangster rap features unheard stories, unseen photos and documents, all with exclusive interviews from the founders and players who shaped gangster rap.
I think a real gangster rapper has to scare you a little bit.
The history of gangster rap, written by veteran rap journalist Soren Baker. In stores now.
Yo, what up? This is DJ Quick. Be sure to pick up my homeboy Soren Baker's book, The History of Gangster Rap, if you really want to know what we do.